Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Teresa. Look, I decided I'd give P.Louise sort of another chance. I had already bought these stack 'em ups during the Black Friday sale and I figured, look, give it a go. Can't possibly be as bad as Watch the Queen Conquers. I'm still, by the way, dealing with P.Louise and their customer service. They are not getting back to me like 2 weeks later, even though I very clearly had a faulty palette. They're a nightmare. Anyways, I got the stack 'em ups, so that's the blue, the purple and the pink. I've created this eye look and I have, like, you know, swatches, tutorial, all that sort of thing, and a review of what I think of these products. So if that sounds like something that you are interested in, then do please keep on watching. It is difficult being this beautiful, but I feel like I do it with such aplomb and such panache, which makes me think of ganache, which is nice. Anyways, I have the stack 'em ups and I have a lot of feelings towards P.Louise and they're not very positive because I am still dealing with their customer service like 2 weeks later after getting a rubbish palette. But I'm not going to be buying any more from them. But this is, I got the stacks, or the stack 'em ups, during the Black Friday thing, and I got them along with the horrible Queen palette. So I figured, look, I'll give them a go. This is, I was told by so many people these are worth having, so we'll swatch them. I have the pinky palette first. This is what it looks like. Let's give it a little swatch. So we have dollar sign, rich energy, investment, and profit. I love a bit of profit. I mean, it's already swatching a lot better than the Queen palette. Now, these are what my friend Daniela was kind of saying made her think that the Queen palette would have a totally different formula, because she was saying these are so much better, which I'm like, oh, okay. We have No Limits, Smoney Tones, which I don't like. Not as in I don't like the shape, I don't like the name. Then Go Figure and Interest. Yeah, those two shades are way too similar to each other. They could have done something on that. So that's the pink palette. I also have obviously the purple palette. This is what that looks like. So let's give that a little swatcheroo. So we have Icon, which doesn't swatch great, does it? Icon. I just think I don't like P.Louise. Maybe. Empire. Priceless. That's very bad. Priceless. There we go. Bankroll. Like I said, I won't be buying anything more from P.Louise because I don't like them. Ambition. That's good. That is a good purple. CEO OOO. You're like, we get it. You like money. You're not getting any more of mine. Driven and Loaded. It's okay. Like, it's not terrible. At least here we don't see any shades that are necessarily duping each other, so that's nice. Now, I was told that this was the best one. This is the blue palette. This is what it looks like. Let's give it a go. Okay, so we have Boss Babe, but the S's are dollar signs. That's lovely. That's a very good shimmer. We have Money Moves. Very good. Gold Digger. I can see even this palette is so much better than the other two. That's mad. Get Up and Grind. Okay, okay. If this had been what the Queen palette happened, I think I'd have been really, really happy. I think I'd have really enjoyed it. Now it's just sitting over there mocking me. Like, I wouldn't even sell it on to somebody because it's such poor quality, you know. Level Up. Talk is Cheap. Hustle. I love how they say talk is cheap, and I'm like, but if you're talking to a solicitor, that's really expensive, you know, or a psychologist. And Payday. Yeah, so that's all of the stack 'em ups. I'm going to use the 3 of these together to try and make a look, and that is the next part of the video, so do please keep on watching. Honestly, it's hard to believe that I don't have a filter on when I am this flawless. Anyways, look, let's get into it. I have a Jessup 230 and I'm going into the pink stacky thingy. And I'm going into the shade Go Figure. And I do think some of these shades are a little bit too close to each other, which is often a danger in a monochromatic palette. So, you know, for that I would kind of be like, not the best, but decent pigment on this, you know. Definitely, I think if the Queen palette had been like this, I'd have been quite happy. These are nice. I mean, look at that. That's a really good pigment. You know, I don't like P.Louise as a company, but this is good. Still not buying any more off them, but I've also been trying to deal with Made by Mitchell today, so that's been a lot of fun. Ugh, and by that I mean no fun at all. Anyways, whatever. It's very first world problems, isn't it? But you can see nice amount of pigment there. Not really having like any major difficulty there. Which, don't know about you, but I like that. Then I am using this M506, I think it was. Yes. And I went into the shade Smoney Tones. Don't like that as a name. But you can see that this one is actually very, very similar in shade. It's maybe a touch darker, but not by much. Not by much. I think there could have been a bit more differentiation there, in my opinion. But you're like, who cares? Unless you care. Do you care? Who knows? Again, good pigment does blend, which I appreciate. So there you go. Yay! I am trying to film all of this before I go off to Mayo for the weekend, or not the weekend, the Christmas. Brain, no work. I'm using a Morphe brush, and this time I'm going into No Limits. Oh, okay. Oh, sounds risky. And this is a really nice deep colour. Now, initially it goes on a little bit patchy, but if you pack it on and give it a good swish, you're actually okay with it. You don't have to worry too much. So I'm bringing it all the way down towards like the socket and all that sort of jazz, you know. You can see it's a little bit, like, you know, you don't get that much pigment initially. You do have to build it a bit. But, you know, it's fine. And yes, Keisha, I am bringing it all the way up to the brow because I have very little eyelid space. I'm not like our girl Elena. I don't have eyelid real estate, you know. I'm poor, can't afford it. Just can't. And these brows, they're too big to bloody block. That's what she said. But not in all fairness, they are ridiculous, aren't they? Like two very, very effing hungry caterpillars. I'm a hungry caterpillar. I don't know, lads. I don't know. But yeah, you can see it kind of meshes pretty okay. Then what I did was I took this little AliExpress brush. It's shite. I won't think about it too much. And I went into dollar sign. This is actually a very, very nice pigmented shimmer. Again, if I'd seen more of that in the Queen sign thingy, I'd have been like, oh, hello. Look at that. Isn't that very pretty? Or is that just me? No, it's not just me. It's pretty. So pop that there. And then I am taking this Sigma E36. I'm just going to pop it through the colour blender. Colour switch. I don't know. And, I'll take a bit more of it. Sure, why not? There we go. And we'll just go wee all the way home. And I'll bring it all the way up there because sure, why not? We'll have a little sparkle. Why not? I can do what I like within reason as long as nobody gets hurt. You're welcome. Dinner and a show. Yeah, I'm having like issues with Made by Mitchell at the moment, and they are being really whatever. They're like, oh, we've refunded your order, and I'm like, I don't want a refund. I want the damn products. Anyways, I won't be ordering from them again. I think if nothing else, Black Friday shows us there's a lot of companies out there that are super greedy but don't have the infrastructure to match their greed. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well then I'm gone. Thank you. Right, that's the pink bit. That's it. We'll put you away. I'm going to cut this little bit. It's super simple. We'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we're done with that bit. It was nice. It was simple. It was easy. Ah, that's how I like it. I'm taking the purple Stackums and I am using a Lois Cosmetics brush. Very unusual for me to like something from Lois Cosmetics, because that brand is usually trash. JK, obviously, I love them. An unhealthy love, some might say. Anyways, it's a nice little brush. I will say, very annoyed she hasn't named them. It does make it difficult for me to be like, I love this one. Anyways, I'm going into the shade Empire, and it's sort of like a blue toned purple, so kind of violet-y, I suppose. So what I did find with this is it doesn't pack on the best. Like, you do have to build it up quite a bit, which I don't love. That's probably just me being a bit like me. Which again, so unusual for me because I'm normally so even-tempered. It does take a little bit just to get it to turn up to the party. But once it's there, it's okay, like. But you usually find with tones like this, they are very difficult to formulate. So, you know, fair enough. I don't want to be a complete meh about it. Continuing to pack that on and trying to layer the colour. Don't even ask what I did on this eye, because if I'm honest, I layered so many things on top of each other, I don't think it will match. There were several disasters and then just me trying to pull it back through. Not because of the shadows, but because I was trying to do things that were in my head and it wasn't working. So we just, we continue on with our lives and we don't question it too much, okay? Okay, children? Stop looking at me! Ah! Anyways, whatever, it's fine. So you can see it's okay pigment-wise, not amazing. I'm now just taking the Zoeva 238 and I'm going into the same colour again, just because it packs it on well, not that much better, but a tiny bit better. Actually, that brush is very similar to the 238, so a nice extra one to have. But yeah, you can see it doesn't add that much more. True look, it's grand. And what I'll do now is I'm taking the Zoeva 238 again, and this time I'm going into the shade CEO OOO because, you know, she's all like, millions, lads, millions. And I'm like, that's lovely. Well done, love. Well done. You know, capitalism. I've been giving a lot of lectures on, like, Karl Marx recently, and I'm like, I am not qualified to be talking on this because I am such a terrible capitalist consumer. Like, I am absolutely awful. Like, I'm not sitting here being like, oh, listen to me and how much I know about that. Like, I'm awful. I'm just like, I like things. One day I'll be a more conscious consumer. That looks nice though. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing over here. Look at this side, not at this side. Look over here, not over here. Okay, friends? Okay, I'm now using this 226 smudger from Jessup, and I'm going to the same shade again and just pack that on, because I did have a little bit of an issue with this one on the other eye. But maybe it's like, you know, you take the first bit off it, because that's coming off lovely. Like, I'm not unhappy with that. I'm taking this Jessup 237 now, and I'm going into the shade Ambition. Yeah. Look at me, a woman having ambition. How dare I? How very dare I? The purple that I had in the Queen palette was similar to this in tone, but this is much better. I still don't think it's amazing, but it is an improvement. Mind you, an improvement on absolute crap. But there you go, you know? Still attempting to put more of that on there. Kind of working it down, because sure, why not? Why not, dear person thing? Oh no, I don't know. I can't even remember what I was using this for. Jesus, I have so many brushes out here. Somebody help me. I don't know what I used this for. Anyways, it'll be grand, Teresa, you'll figure it out. Will I use this one? Yeah, I'll use this Lowe's Cosmetics brush. And I'm going into the shade Bankroll. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Clearly have issues. And popping it in there. Apparently a little bit messily, but it's okay. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine, lads. You can see that that purple there has kind of faded a little bit. So yeah, it's not the most amazing of pigments. I'm taking the 238 again. Yes, and I'm going into that shade Bankroll again, just to give it a little bit extra. You can see it isn't the most amazing shimmer. Like, I think definitely it leaves something to be desired. And then back in with the Jessup 226 smudger and into the CEO. Like, okay, love, whatever. And I'm just gonna pop that on top there. There, that'll do. And then I am taking, what was it, a Morphe M562, the love of my life, and I'm actually going to take the shade CEO OOO and Empire, and I'm going to put the two of them onto the one brush just to mesh them together a little bit more so they blend. I'm going to drag up a little bit of that shimmer. My God, these eyes do not match at all, but sure, look, whatever, it's grand, it'll do. And then taking this same brush again, and I'm going into Ambition and Icon. So smashing the two together and just working it down. Working it down, guys. Like, sometimes I forget what I've done and I'm like, this is not a good test of your memory, Teresa. Like, you should remember you only did this like 10 minutes ago, because you do not spend very long on your eyes. So yeah, but you can see it takes a bit to blend. Nowhere near as bad as the one on the Queen Will Conquer thing, but still not amazing, you know? I hate myself for talking like that. Do you hate me? I hate me. That's fair. And taking a bit more of those. Just constantly just assume that I'm taking more and just bring them down. Because that's all I'm doing with my life. Yeah, it's blended that little bit better. Yeah. I'm just going to take a little bit of Bankroll on my finger just so that make it work a bit better. Yeah, a little bit. But not by much. Are we precise? Absolutely not. No. Right, I'm going to go and cut the rest of this. We'll come back and finish off the last bit. Home stretch, lads. I am taking the Zoeva 238 and I'm going into the blue Stackums, which is arguably the best. I am going into Money Moves, which is sort of like a minty blue. So it's an unusual palette. I wouldn't say it's entirely blue. There's definitely some like green leaning ones, which I quite enjoy. Now, this sort of shade is usually very difficult to formulate and have it kind of stick, but this sticks very well, so I was quite happy with that, I have to say. So again, you get really nice pigment with that, like nothing very problematic, which I do enjoy. Hurrah! Oh, and in case you're wondering about the gold, it is a Throne by Lowe's Cosmetics, so that would be fun to pop it on there. Why not? And then I'm taking this 238 again, and this time I'm going into the shade Get Up and Grind. I don't like that as the name. I just don't. Get up and grind, grind, grind. God, Rihanna hasn't done a song in ages. I'd like her to do more songs. It's been a while. But she is very busy doing lots of things, so, you know, fair enough. Hard to keep your toe in all the waters. That's a nice pigmented sort of shimmer. And then I'm taking this Spectrum A15 and I'm going into the shade Gold Digger. And this is a really nice, like, teal shade. Like, I love this shade. I think this is gorgeous. And blending is for future Teresa. She does all sorts. You can see this is quite powdery, like, but it's fine, like, it's good. It's definitely not a creamy formula, but I like it. I'm now taking this little Cat Beauty brush and I'm going to go between the two shades, so between Money Moves and Gold Digger, so between the two of those, and just blend between the two, just so we can have a nice transition between them. Look at how nicely that, like, blends. Like, that's very easy. Yay! Boom. Nice. Simple. I'm now using this Melt Transition brush and I'm going into the shade Level Up. And I'm also going to combine it with Boss Babe, which is this one here. So let's just we'll see how that one goes. So again, this one is nice and pigmented. You don't have any major issue with it. So I'm quite happy with that. Now, what I will do is I'll just take this little AliExpress brush and just go in with the deep matte blue. Just pop it up there so we have a nice clean line. There we go. Done. Boom. That's as much as I kind of want to do there because I don't want to make it like overly precise, even though this is weirdly precise because of all the weird cut creases. I like a crease, do 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 do. I like a crease, do 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 do. But yeah, I mean, that works so well. Look at that, blends so easily. I do enjoy that. Boom, done. Now, in case you're wondering about the liner, I kind of used a combination. So I used the Be Perfect Glitter Kajigger Glamour Glitter Liquid Eyeshadow in Princess Potion. And I also used the Collection Glam Crystals in Cosmic Stars. So that's what I used. So I'm going to finish that up. We'll come back. I'll tell you what I think of each of the stacks. Okay, I've finished the rest of my makeup, so let's zoom on in to see what the eye look looks like. So this is it. I mean, you know, simple-ish, you know, red to purple to blue. I put on Powerhouse Lashes by Lois Cosmetics. I was surprised. Okay, so let's have a little chat about each of the palettes. I'm going to start off first with maybe the purple one. It's okay. I think some of the mattes need a little bit of work. Not that they're quite patchy, but they're powdery. Still pretty darn good. And I think there's enough variation in here that, you know, it's not redundant. Like, it works quite well. I think the shimmers are pretty nice. The dark purple, I think, needs a little bit of work in terms of how to blend it, but all in all, I actually think it's pretty good. I would give this probably an 8.5 out of 10. Then when we're looking at the pink, I think these shades are a little bit too close to each other, right? By the time you get them onto the eye and you blend them out, it's just too close. I think this could have been made into like a 6-pan palette, and there would have been little to no difference. That being said, I think they all blend out pretty well. They work really nicely together. The darker shade, you do have to kind of build it up to really kind of get that saturation, but all in all, pretty good. I'll give this maybe a 7.5 out of 10 just because of the repeated sort of shades. Then we have the blue Stack-em-ups. This is definitely, in my opinion, the best one. It functions really well. I think this is a beautiful teal colour shade. It works so nicely. Yeah, I mean, I think this is fabulous. I would give this a 10 out of 10. I would say if you want to get any of them, get the blue. I wouldn't really bother so much with the other two. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but I think the blue stands out as being the best. But that's it. That's the whole kit and caboodle. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you can see more videos. And do please share, because sharing is caring. Unless, of course, it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up. Don't be gross. But that's it. That's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.